And Senator Ted Cruz was recently at the southern border and released this video showing the horrifying conditions of what he calls a narco-slave trade. He also claims the Biden administration is hiding this from Americans.
These children come in debt to vicious cartels, thousands and thousands of dollars. And the teenage boys work for the gangs in every city in America. And the teenage girls experience a hell worse than that, with far too many of them human trafficked into sex slavery. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are responsible for the worst plague of slavery in America since the Civil War. This is not compassionate. This is not humane. This is barbaric.
Texas Senator Ted Cruz joins me. Nice to see you, sir.
Greta, great to be with you. Congrats on the new show.
Thank you. You'll have to come back again, too, now that I've booked you again. Tell me, sir, what prompted you to make this video? Why did you go down there?
Well, I think it's important for the American people to know what is happening. I've been to the border many, many times over the past 10 years, and 2 weeks ago I brought a group of 7 senators down to the Rio Grande Valley to see firsthand. I got to tell you, right now, it is worse than it ever has been. First thing we did when we arrived on the border is the 7 of us, we went out with the Border Patrol on midnight patrol. Now, midnight patrol, you don't have to go hunting for people crossing illegally. Within minutes, you encounter them. You encounter them one after the other after the other. It is a steady stream of humanity. One of the first groups we encountered was a group of about a dozen. It was mostly women and children. It included 2 7-year-old girls, both of whom were unaccompanied minors, both of whom they didn't have a parent with them, they didn't have a family member with them. The 2 girls weren't sisters, they didn't know each other. They were with strangers and they'd been brought over by human traffickers. The Border Patrol agents we were with, they showed us a patch of grass a couple of 100 yards away where just a few weeks earlier they had found 2 little girls aged 5 and 6, both of whom had been brutally raped by the drug cartels. And the Border Patrol had to give emergency health care to these little girls who were in a really bad condition. This is happening over and over and over again. And there's a reason Joe Biden hasn't gone to the southern border. There's a reason Kamala Harris hasn't gone to the Rio Grande Valley, because you cannot defend what is happening there. So they know if they go there, the TV cameras will follow them. And if the TV cameras follow them, the American people will see the children who are being abused, the young women who are being sexually assaulted, the immigrants who are being killed. We just had a tractor trailer full of 53 people killed in the heat, and the Biden body bags, they keep piling up, and it's horrific.
What is the solution, or at least moving towards the solution? What would you do?
So we know the solution, because we know in 2020 what we were doing was working. In 2020, the last year of the Trump presidency, we had the lowest rate of illegal immigration in 45 years. Joe Biden came into office and he made 3 decisions, all political decisions, that caused this crisis. Number 1, he immediately halted construction of the border wall. Number 2, he reinstated the failed policy of catch and release. So now when someone's apprehended, they're given a court date sometime in the future, and the vast majority of them never show up. And number 3, most indefensibly, he ended the incredibly successful Remain in Mexico international agreement with Mexico, where Mexico agreed if someone crossed illegally into Mexico, typically from Central or South America, that they would remain in Mexico while their U.S. asylum case was proceeding. And that agreement worked incredibly well. We saw the numbers plummet. Joe Biden, on his first week in office, ripped that international agreement to shreds, and we went from the lowest rate of illegal immigration in 45 years to what we have now, the highest rate in 62 years. 3.5 million people have come into this country illegally, and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris don't want that to change. They want it to continue, and they want even more, and they simply don't care about the casualties and the people being abused and brutalized as a result of their political decisions.
Well, the video is stunning. It's breathtaking. Senator Ted Cruz, thank you very much, sir, for joining me.
Thank you, Greta.